All right. Good morning. Good afternoon. It just changed to afternoon. Good afternoon, everybody. I did a little recorded sound check earlier and it seemed to work. So my levels look like they're good as I'm looking at my computer here. So you can let me know if you need more sound or if it's way quieter or louder than usual. Although do also check your own video volume and device volumes, etc., etc., etc. I see Melissa's here. Hi, Melissa. You're out in the garden with the dogs. That sounds delightful. Yeah. If you're on Facebook Live right now, say hello in the chat so I know that you're here. And if you are joining us either not quite live on Facebook or on another platform like YouTube, feel free to say hello there as well. Although I'm not sure, I won't see it, but I'll see it in my heart. There we go. Hi, Emily. I can see that you just signed in. Hello, hello, hello. So nice to see everybody. Well, if anybody's joining us for the very first time, that is fantastic, and I'm really happy about that. My name is Erin, and I'm part of the music ministry at Robertson Wesley United Church in Edmonton, Alberta. And we do this hymn sing weekly because it's fun and cathartic and delightful. And since we are part of the United Church of Canada, what we do is we sing hymns from our two main worship and hymn books. And that would be, I just closed the book on the hymn I was open to. That would be Voices United. And that would also be More Voices. So these two hymn books are primarily where we're singing from. And if you are joining us on Facebook, there is a pinned comment there, Facebook Live rather, there's a pinned comment there that has links to a website called hymnary.org that has the words for pretty much all of the hymns that are in our hymn books. And sometimes as well it's got the music for them as well. So I can't always show them on the screen. Which way? This way. So I'm going to always put words up here for the hymns that we're singing, but I can't always put music up because, like, if there's pages that have to flip, I can't scroll that while I'm playing and singing. So sometimes you'll be able to find that there. And there's also a link to a Google Sheet where if you have requests for hymns to sing either today or next week, you can request them there. And if you're not joining us on Facebook Live, you can find that sheet on Robertson Wesley's website or our Facebook page as well. So you can request, that link stays open, and you can request hymns all week long for the next hymn sing. And so with that, I see, look at all these people who are saying hello. Joyce is here, hello, and Sarah is here, and Sylvia, and half of Team Mum. Kathy's here and Tammy's here. So hello everybody. And Tammy says the levels are good. So thank you for that. I appreciate that very much. And I think that's all like the announcement-y kind of things I have to say. So let's start singing. We're going to start right here with number 28 in More Voices, which is God of the Bible. And Sarah requested this week, and I just think it's one of the best opening hymns that exists. So we're going to go with that. I'm just going to make sure that our lyrics, you can see them all. Do. Oh, come on. Okay. I'm still not the best at this. Getting all the words. Okay. So I can't fit all of the words on the screen, so we're gonna do like we've done before. We'll sing 3 verses, and then I'll take a tiny pause and scroll the words, and we'll sing the last 2 verses. So here we go. This is God of the Bible number 28 in More Voices, as requested by Sarah.
Jesus, hope yet to come. You are our center, daylight or darkness, freedom or prison. our struggles, God in our hunger, suffering with us, taking our part. Still you empower us, mothering spirit, feeding, sustaining from your own heart. Fresh as the morning, sure as the sunrise, God always faithful, you do not change. Fresh as the morning, sure as the sunrise, God always faithful, you do not change. Those without status, those who are nothing, you have made royal, gifted with rights, chosen as partners, midwives of justice, birthing new systems, lighting new lights. Fresh as the morning, sure as the sunrise, God always faithful, you do not change. Fresh as the morning, sure as the sunrise, God always faithful, you do not change. Not by your finger, not by your anger, will our world order change in a day, but by your people, fearless and faithful, small paper lanterns lighting the way. Fresh as the morning, sure as the sunrise, God always faithful, you do not change. Fresh as the morning, sure as the sunrise, God always faithful, you do not change. Hope we must carry, shining and certain, through all our turmoil, terror, and loss, bonding us gladly one to the other, till our world changes, facing the cross. Fresh as the morning, sure as the sunrise, God always faithful, you do not change. Fresh as the morning, sure as the sunrise, God always faithful, you do not change.
What a way to start. Oh boy. Thank you for that request, Sarah. That's fantastic. I love it. Ah. Hi, Ron, and hi, Carolyn. Thanks for joining us. Thank you for saying hello, and welcome, welcome, welcome to everybody who's here, even if I can't see your name in the chat. That is all good. Oh, fantastic. Thank you again for that request, Sarah. Now, you know what? There were so many requests this week. This stream is pretty much all requests, which is great. All request stream. I love it. So we're going to move to a request that came in from Emily this week. And we've got this one. Let All Things Now Living. And so in Voices United, that is number 242. Let me find it here. And then if you are using another hymn book, you may find it by that title. Oh my gosh, I'm having trouble with all the pages here. 242. Okay, you might find it under that title, Let All Things Now Living, but if you don't find it there, you may find the tune called The Ash Grove. And so that would give you the music for this, The Ash Grove. Oh, and I'll show you something. If you have a copy of Voices United and it's one of the first printings. There is a typo. There's a typo in this one. And that is the bottom line. If you can see where the words say, made us, protected, and stayed us by guiding. The note that happens on the syllable guide, it's printed in mine as an E, and it should be an F. So if you have one that's an E there in your hymn book, if you have one in front of you, know that that's an F. All right, so here is Let All Things Now Living, and this was requested by Emily this week.
Let all things now living a song of thanksgiving to God our Creator triumphantly raise, who fashioned and made us, protected and stayed us by guiding us on to the end of our days. God's banners are o'er us, pure light goes before us, a pillar of fire shining forth in the night, till shadows have vanished and darkness is banished, as forward we travel from light into light. By law God enforces the stars in their courses, and sun in its orbit obediently shine. The hills and the mountains, the rivers and fountains, the depths of the ocean proclaim God divine. We too should be voicing our love and rejoicing with glad adoration. A song let us raise, till all things now living unite in thanksgiving to God in the highest. Hosanna and praise.
That's a fun one. I like that. And I think, according to this hymn book that I have, that's the one where we track our hymn usage at Robertson Wesley. Oh no, it's 2018. I was going to say, I don't think we've sung this as a congregation since 2013, and it's 2018. And that was my doorbell, and I don't know who it is, so I'm going to ignore it. All right, because we're singing. Yeah, and Tammy, I'm glad you took that descant. That's fantastic. Because that's always nice. Okay, so I have Emily sent in lots of requests this week, and I was happy about that. So we have now Seek Ye First the Kingdom, which was another request from Emily. And this one I didn't know super well, but it's very beautiful. So we're still again in Voices United. It's at number 356. And you may find this in another hymnal under the tune called Lafferty. And of course I'm gonna caffeinate. Here we go. All right. There's another descant, Tammy, just BT dubs. So I will be listening for you. So here's Seek Ye First the Kingdom.
God's righteousness. And all these things shall be added unto you. Hallelujah, hallelujah. Ask and it shall be given unto you. Seek and you shall find. Knock and the door shall be opened unto you. Hallelujah, hallelujah. We do not live by bread alone, but by every word that proceeds from the mouth of God. Hallelujah, hallelujah.
That's gorgeous. Thank you for that request, Emily. That's not one that I knew very well, so I appreciate getting the chance to sing that. Yeah. Carolyn says the doorbell will be recorded for posterity. You are correct. It's forever now in the live stream. I didn't even get what pitch it was. We could have harmonized it to something. My goodness. All right. So one of the other things we do in addition to hymns that are by request is give you like a preview of the hymns that we're going to be using on Sunday worship on Sunday. So one of the hymns that's coming up on Sunday is one called All Beautiful the March of Days. And one of the scriptures that we have coming up is there is a season, like there's a time for everything. And so a couple of the hymns we're using they kind of have that theme. And so this one we hadn't used a ton. Oh, wait a minute. Can you see? Yeah, okay, there we go. All Beautiful the March of Days. We hadn't used this one a ton. Actually, I think we haven't sung this one as a congregation, but the melody is a fairly familiar one, or at least it is, I'm sure, to our congregation. Phew! Now there's a sneeze for posterity, my goodness. So this, if you've been to the Robertson Wesley Lessons and Carols, and like many other Lessons and Carols services that are in this very English Anglican tradition, use this tune for O Little Town of Bethlehem. So if you're familiar with that tune for O Little Town of Bethlehem at the Christmas season, that's the tune that this set of text is set to. The tune is called Forest Green, and we sing it at Little Town of Bethlehem. That's where I know it from. I'm not sure if there are other texts that go with this tune, but this one's talking about, the changing seasons, and I think it's really lovely. So here we are, All Beautiful the March of Days, to the tune of Little Town of Bethlehem, aka Forest Green. Caffeination. And then my texts are going off. My goodness, there's just all kinds of things going on in this stream. Okay, here we go. No more distractions.
life mounts in every throbbing vein, love deepens round the hearth, and clearer sounds the angel hymn, goodwill to all on earth. O God, from whose unfathomed law the year in beauty flows, yourself the vision passing by in crystal and in rose, day unto day declare through speech, and night to night proclaim in ever-changing words of light the wonder of your name. It's kind of interesting to sing that tune outside of the Christmas season, but I like it. It's really pretty. Okay. Lorna says she's thrilled that my contract is extended, so I'm flattered. Thank you, Lorna. I'm thrilled too. So for those of you who are outside the congregation, I am the interim choir director, and I was called that before COVID hit, and so there's no choirs to direct anymore, but this is kind of what I'm doing instead. You are my choir. You are not my choir, the choir. You are the choir. And I get to do this at least until the end of August, because that's when I've been extended to. And I'm happy too, because this is fun, and I like it. Okay, so then I had a request from Oliver, and I don't know if Oliver is here in the chat, but Oliver requested, "O God beyond all praising." And I thought, I don't know if I know this one. And I guess, speaking of tunes that are from other places, like that, the one that we just did, this one I was like, I don't know what this is, and then I started reading it today, and I think it's Mars from Holst's The Planets Suite, and I don't know my Holst well enough to know whether I'm right about that, but I think it's one of the planets. Right, I know it's one of the planets, and I just forget which one. So I see that Matthew has just tuned in from work. Hi, Matthew. And if you want to tell everybody which planet that is, because I'm sure you remember better than I do, you can let us know in the chat. That'd be great. So this is "O God Beyond All Praising." It's at number 256 in Voices United, and you may find it in another hymnal by Thaxted, and if you don't find it in another hymnal under Thaxted, sing the planets, because you might know them. Here I go. I must surely die. Its fragile bloom surrender to your God most high, and whether our tomorrows be filled with seed is sown, though small in mortal stature, to heaven's garden grown. For Christ, your gift from heaven, from death has set us free, and we through him are given the final victory. Then hear, O gracious Savior, this song of praise we sing. May we who know your favor our humble service bring, and whether our tomorrows be filled with good or ill, we'll triumph through our sorrows and rise to bless you still, to marvel at your beauty and glory in your ways, and make a joyful duty our sacrifice of praise.
Fun. That's a hard one to play on the piano. Thanks for singing along with me. Mars seems unlikely. Jupiter. Oh, it's Jupiter. Okay. Cool. Jupiter. Okay. Matthew is saying that there is a little bit of clipping. So yeah, I thought I checked for that, but yes, we can try that. We can maybe turn down the gain and see if I can move this mic a little bit closer and see if that's going to help us. Okay. Whoops, now you just get an elbow view. All right. We might get a little bit of microphone in the shot here, but we might just have to be okay with that. Okay. Ba-da-da. Oh, that's going to clip too. So I'll see if I can bring it down a little more. Oh, now it's going to fall. Oh, this silly microphone stand. There it goes. Oh, that's why I don't like to move it. Oh, okay. Okay. I don't know if that's going to be any better, but we're going to try it. Anyway, so that was Jupiter. Thank you for reminding me that it was Jupiter. So, and it's like royal wedding thoughts. No, I think it's good. I think it's good that you're sharing all of this. Okay. So I'm going to move on, and we're going to hope that the sound is a little better. Try it out. Oh, I'm excited about this one. Okay, so I got requests from Melissa this week, who sent in a couple of pieces that she rewrote the words to. And so this one doesn't appear in our hymn book, but it's a fairly well-known older hymn. It's called In the Garden. And Melissa has rewritten the words, which I think is lovely. And so the original words, and Melissa kind of used she did use the word fundamentalist to describe it, which is it's not really what the United Church does that well, but in my mind, the poetry talks about like God being a person who's walking in the garden with you, and it's very I should have thought of a word for this, but it's down to earth and very, I have to think of that word. But when Melissa rewrote these words, she changed some things really subtly that just made it feel very a little more mysterious and broad and with a different and more complex idea about what God is. And so I like that a lot. The music for In the Garden, if you go to the website hymnary.org, you can search there for the music. And the words, I'm going to invite you to try these new words by Melissa and see how it feels to sing those. Okay. All right. So here we go. This is In the Garden with new words by Melissa. Just gonna see if I can get this. Oh no, we can fit it all. That's everything. Okay. I come to the garden alone while the dew is still on the roses, and the calm I feel rushing past my thoughts, the breath of God discloses, and God quiets me and ours transcend time as the garden forms nature round, and the joy that's felt as I tarry there, all others should ever know. The tranquility of stillness is so sweet, the birds hush their singing, and the melody that God gave to me within my heart is ringing, and God quiets me and ours transcend time as the garden forms nature round, and the joy that's felt as I tarry there, all others should ever know. I'd stay in the garden with God, though the night around me be falling. As the morning comes, there's the humble cry of human duty calling, and God quiets me and ours transcend time as the garden forms nature round, and the joy that's felt as I tarry there, all others should ever know. Melissa, thanks so much for sharing those beautiful words. That's such a lovely piece to sing, and I think those words really, they change the feeling of that entirely for me, which I love. So thank you for sharing that with us today. I love it. Okay. Oh, Pan asks if there's time and we can sing Siahamba for Juneteenth and Black Lives Matter, and I vote yes. We can absolutely do that. So let's go through some of these other tunes. There we go. Another request came in from Emily, and there was Come Let Us Sing. Oh, and this is, I think I know what's happening here. Let's see if that fixes and can get all of the words. I don't know why that's happening. Oh wait, what? I can just do, no, if I did this. Ha! Oh wait, no, what if I did that? Oh! See, I'm not a pro at this like Matthew is. But I will manage. Okay, that's all the words on the screen. We're not missing anything there. That's great. Okay. Awesome, 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 awesome. Okay, so here I am. We are doing Come Let Us Sing of a Wonderful Love. And so this is 574. 574 in Voices United. And I thought it fit really nicely with the garden song that we just did. Come Let Us Sing of a Wonderful Love. It's just kind of in the same musical vein. So here we are. I should tell you, I'll continue this introduction. If you're reading from Voices United rather than from on the screen, I'm choosing to change all of the times where it says Father to Maker. So I invite you to use that inclusive language with me. I'll keep going with this intro.
Sing of a wonderful love, tender and true, tender and true, out of the heart of the Maker above, streaming to me and to you. Wonderful love, wonderful love, dwells in the heart of the Maker above. Jesus the Savior this gospel to tell, joyfully came, came with the helpless and hopeless to dwell, sharing their sorrow and shame, seeking the lost, saving, redeeming at measureless cost. Jesus is seeking the wanderers yet. Why do they roam? Why do they roam? Love only waits to forgive and forget. Home, weary wanderers, home. Wonderful love, dwells in the heart of the Maker above.
another really nice one. Thanks so much. Okay. And then also kind of stemming from In the Garden, but in a different direction. So this one was the musical reply to it, and this one's the text theme reply to it. This one, Sarah requested this one, and this is Each Blade of Grass at number 37 in More Voices. So just keeping with that garden theme. Here we go. So this is Each Blade of Grass, number 37 in More Voices. Each blade of grass, every wing that soars, the waves that sweep across the distant shore, make full the circle of God. Each laughing child, every gentle eye, a forest lit beneath a moon-bright sky, make full the circle of God. Each silent paw, every rounded stone, the buzz that echoes from a honeyed comb, make full the circle of God. Each fire-brimmed star, every outstretched hand, the wind that leaps and sails across the land, make full the circle of God. Each icy peak, every patterned shell, the joyous chorus that the dawn foretells, make full the circle of God. Each cosmic hue, every creature's way, all form the beauty of this vast array, making full the circle of God. We have so many good songs. Like, just as a church, we have so many good songs. I think that's wonderful. Okay. Great. So we are going to, because we want to fit in Siahamba, I want to just kind of go through some. So the next one I want to do is There Is a Time. And this one is also in More Voices at number 165. And this is one that we're doing on Sunday as well at worship at Robertson Wesley. And it, like, again, it fits with the, there is a season to everything. There is a season, there's a time and a place for everything. And, excuse me, caffeination power. This one, the rhythm is kind of, it's a little wacky in this one. If you look underneath where it says unison, you will see a quarter note, and it says equals 100, which means 100 beats per minute. So it's going to be pretty close to here. There is a time that we must rise, which would be fine. But if you look lower down, if you're seeing it on the page, the whole rhythm of this changes from quarter notes to whole notes and half notes. And so we have some of these notes that we're going to have to hold for like 10 of those beats. Together for, and it goes so long. And so as music director of the moment, I'm going to choose to ignore that tempo marking and make the second half of this piece a little easier to sing by speeding it up. So we're going to imagine that almost like those quarter notes at the beginning, we're kind of going to feel them like eighth notes. There is a
a time that we must rise. There is a time that we must stand.
And so then we're feeling every half note like this. And so then when the phrases get super long during the second part of this hymn, it doesn't feel like we forget what word we're singing in the middle of us singing it because it's just so long. So that's why I'm going to choose to ignore this tempo marking, because the rhythm changes so much. So if you've sung this before and it's been really slow, it might work a little better this time. So we'll just have a sing and we'll see. So here we are.
There is a time that we must rise. There is a time that we must stand. There is a time that we must come together. For blessed are our lives. Blessed our love, and blessed the promise gathered now. There is a time that we must leave, go from the place where hatreds breed, and turning feel the Spirit breathe us together. For blessed are our lives, blessed our love, and blessed the promise gathered now. There is a time we know the way. There is a time we watch and pray. In living faith we make our way together. For blessed are our lives, blessed our love, and blessed the promise gathered now. Upon the dry a cloud will rise, and truth will shine among the lies, and wisdom sing as we arise together. For blessed are our lives, blessed our love, and blessed the promise gathered now. Pause.
Verse 5.
There is a bow within the rain, and it will come and bend again, and colors shine where we have been together. For blessed are our lives, blessed
kind of works if you speed it up a little bit. Okay, we are at, oh my gosh. So I think, here's what I want to do. I want to do 3 more. I'm going to skip a request from Emily that came in because we've had a couple already, and so that I can get the request for Siahamba in for Juneteenth and Black Lives Matter, and I have 2 others that I want to do in addition to that. So perhaps we will do "Oh for 1,000 Tongues to Sing" another time. I'm going to skip through that, and we're going to go to this one, "When at This Table." So this one we are also doing for Sunday. This is More Voices 199. And we did this last week, I think. I think I picked this. And we are doing communion this Sunday. So if you happen to join us for worship, bring something to drink and maybe something to eat, and that will be communion. And I think this is quite a lovely communion piece for our times that we're living in. So this is 199. When at This Table. So here we go. Just get all the words there. Okay. So this is More Voices 199, When at This Table. Oops.
This table I receive a blessing, the broken bread, the wine of life for me. Then let me share the peace with you, my neighbor, and let the Spirit set our spirits free. If at this table I have need of healing, unbidden grief, relationship gone wrong, then let me know the hands of God enfolding, and let lament become believing song. If at this table I forget the hungry, the dispossessed, and warfare spreading stain, then let this bread become the bread of judgment, this wine the sharp awareness of that pain. If at this table I make dedication to give my life in serving what is good, then let my center be the God invites me, and show the words of Jesus understood. What faith I have I bring to join this table, what hope I hold in Christ is taught and true. With brothers, sisters, I will share the blessing, the feast where God is making all things new.
Yeah, I really like that. Melody and words. I love that. Okay. All right, so I want to do, this is one that we've done in the past couple of weeks, and I want to do it again because I got an email from Carol this week. And like last week when we sang this, we talked about the words and how it was kind of relating to the Black Lives Matter movement. And I shared that there was something about it that kind of made me a little uncomfortable, which was saying that, you know, if everybody just believed in Christ, then we would be unified. But the United Church, I know that we believe in plurality. Like, we know that there are other religions that are valid. And so this didn't quite sit right with me. And then Matthew helped me to reframe that and think like, well, what if we think about Christ as our unity as being like us as a congregation, or us as Christians, or us as people in the United Church, and that's something that we could be unified around in our community in helping to fight the injustices wherever we see them. And Carol sent me an email this week and said, well, what if we changed it and it wasn't Christ that's our unity, and we said, what if love is our unity? And could that be a way to have us be able to sing about being unified with more people in this world? And I thought, that's a beautiful idea. And so I wanted to sing this again because the Black Lives Matter movement isn't going away, and even if it's not in the news in front of mind, it's something that we need to be mindful of in our lives and in our work as the church, to make sure that we are fighting for racial justice. And also because I wanted to see what it felt like to sing this piece with love is our unity instead of Christ is our unity. So I invite you to sing that with me and see if it feels different in some way for you. Okay.
Though ancient walls may still stand proud, and racial strife be fact, though boundaries may be lines of hate, proclaim God's saving act. Walls that divide are broken down. Love is our unity. Chains that enslave are thrown aside. Love is our liberty. When vested power stands firm entrenched and breaks another's back, when waste and want live side by side, it's gospel that we lack. Walls that divide are broken down. Love is our unity. Chains that enslave are thrown aside. Love is our liberty. The truth we seek in varied scheme, the life that we pursue, unites us in a common quest for self and world made new. Walls that divide are broken down. Love is our unity. Chains that enslave are thrown aside. Love is our liberty. The church divided seeks that grace, that newness we proclaim, a unity of serving love that lives praise to God's name. Walls that divide are broken
felt really different to me to sing, and I like doing that with a word or two and just to see what happens. Okay, we're a little bit over time, but oh my gosh, we are going to sing one more song, and we are going to, it's going to be Siahamba for, again, the Black Lives Matter movement, and the Juneteenth, which is today. And this is something that I just learned about recently. 646. First of all, Siahamba is 646 in Voices United. And Juneteenth is, it was either today, June 19th, or yesterday. But when Abraham Lincoln, this is my understanding of it, when Abraham Lincoln made the Emancipation Proclamation saying that the slaves were free, slaves in Texas didn't know that until 2 years later. So they spent 2 extra years being used as slaves before they actually knew that they were free. And so Juneteenth, it's either June 18th or June 19th, is the day that they actually were free. And so that's a very small box definition of what that is. And so I invite you to Google Juneteenth. It's like a portmanteau of June, and that's, again, I don't know, it's either 18th or 19th. And there's much more history to be learned about that, so I invite you to that. And let's sing Siahamba as our last piece here. Marching, so the words are, we are marching in the light of God, we are marching in the light of God. And if you want to sing this in, I think it's Zulu, Siahambe kukanyenkwenko. Siahambe kukanyenkwenko. So you're welcome to sing that too. Marching in the light of God. We are 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 marching. Oh, we are marching in the light of God. We are marching. Oh, we are marching in the light of God. Siahambe kukanyenkwenko. Siahambe kukanyenkwenko. Siahambe kukanyenkwenko. Siahambe kukanyenkwenko. Siahamba. Oh, siahambe kukanyenkwenko. Siahamba. Oh, siahambe kukanyenkwenko. Siahambe kukanyenkwenko. Siahambe kukanyenkwenko. We are marching in the light of God. We are marching in the light of God. We are marching. We are marching. Oh, we are marching in the light of God. We are marching. Oh, we are marching in the light of God. Thanks so much for being here with me, everybody. This was so much fun to sing with you. And I hope that we'll see you either on Sunday for worship and hopefully next week here on Facebook. And as Matthew has been saying in the chat, we will try and figure out some sound issues for next week. And if you have any requests, take a look at that pinned comment in the Facebook chat, or go to our website and find the link there for requests, or send me an email at, did I write mail? Oh, mail at rwuc.org works, or so does music at rwuc.org, and let me know the songs that you would like to sing. So thank you again for joining me. I have to take off now, and we will see you on Sunday and hopefully next Friday too. Bye, everybody. Take care.